everybody, and welcome to today's holiday baking. Just a conversation around preparation for our Thanksgiving meal, which will be occurring tomorrow sometime. However, what I find to be quite important, which I learned from a fellow chef connoisseur, is that you can actually make most of your things the day before. Well, not most of the things, but a lot of things can get done the day before the day of Thanksgiving, so you don't have to work as hard. Pies can be pre-made. You can put the ingredients together and then put it in the fridge. For example, our sweet potato casserole, I'll be baking the ingredients, mixing the ingredients together. We'll be using butter in today's recipe. We will be using sweet potatoes and all those things that are just make life so fun. And to remember to always eat responsibly and in moderation. Sugar is a drug and it can be addictive, especially with the marketing scams that are out in the world. And it's always good to step in and out of a sugary diet, back into it, having a little sugar here and there to remind us why we're alive. As a matter of fact, I think I'll bring out the fruit salad that we made yesterday and demonstrate the joy of sugar. This is like a conversation for the most annoying people in the world are the people who talk about no preservatives, no additives. Like, that's their whole life. It's like, really, don't you have anything else of substance to talk about? Okay, here we go. Because it's all about being vain. Here's a strawberry. Here's a grape. Here's a peach. Who doesn't love maraschino cherries? And there's pineapple mixed in there. So what you're watching is me mindlessly eating. And if everybody could get on the same page to understand that that's not how you're supposed to exist, because of so much marketing, we could all slow down our eating and be more mindful in, you wouldn't even know that you're being mindful in it. It would just make your life a lot better. So I don't know if you could recognize the mindlessness of eating. And that's where most people go in general when they're going out, and especially on Thanksgiving when you're going to be overstuffed. But you have to remember that there will be leftovers and there will be next year. So a lot of people go to these dinners and they're like, "Ooh, well, I have to wait a whole nother year to eat a pie, or I'll have a whole nother year to." But that's just not true. I think that's just a philosophy of forgetting reality or something. I really honestly don't know. Anyway, I don't want to speculate on your opinion of why you do the things you do, but you definitely want to ask yourself, and you don't have to write it down. You're just having a little mini conversation with yourself about what is it like for you during Thanksgiving in your eating habits. What is it like for you with your eating habits? How are you out of control consuming? And that goes for your internet content also. So it's very important that we as a society slow it down. These 20-year-olds think they should be loaded in money. That doesn't make any sense. They say, well, I should already be where I want to be, but you're only 18. You're not going to teach me about eating healthy or exercise at 18. I'm sorry. Like, you do realize that it's taken 20 plus years to create body experience. Not only body experience, but a yoga practice, training from those that have come before me, and the list goes on and on. So it is important that you understand that you as a 25-year-olds, you're not going to teach me shit. You are the student. That goes for cooking. You can have an opinion, but that's all you have is an opinion, and your opinion is like drinking water, and water is the number one source on the planet. So what we need in the world right now is a lot of earth, a lot of structure, an awareness game of an awakening to realize that these influencers are really, it's just garbage. Yeah. Anyway, back to the nutrition, the diet conversation. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do tomorrow, if I'm going to do any content at all. But today, I got to show you this little pot that I have. I don't know if I'm going to be putting our turkey in this, but isn't this, I think I showed this to you in the garage the other day, and I thought it was going to fit the turkey, and it still might, but I just thought that was cool. And then we bought these at, this is what I like to buy. I like to buy this kind of stuff. And then we bought these. And so these are called bulbs. Bulbs that bloom flowers. It takes a little bit of time. You got to plant it, you got to water it, you got to take care of it, and then a flower blooms. You don't just show up one day and then all of a sudden you got a flower. I mean, that's really the expectation of all these people. It's like you're not doing jack squat for the society as a whole. You're actually illegally operating. You just haven't been called out yet because the whole Democrat system is completely unethical and illogical and illegal. While all of you defend it because you like living in filth. You like living in filth because you'll come onto people's platforms and instigate a fight for no reason. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, it is. What exactly does Pookie do? She didn't do the nursery. She wears her stomach hanging out when there's an infant in there. She's still trying to look erotic while she's a pregnant woman. What exactly do you do for a living, and how are you going to contribute to me except for you gossiping about how you're in the line at Starbucks while you buy your kid fast food again, but you don't work for a living? So what exactly do you do? You don't clean, you got a maid. You don't cook because you're always eating out. You're bragging about buying things on Amazon, but you don't work. And so that's the dream and the goal of all these women, and they want to call that entrepreneur, and that is where you want to take a look at what these women are up to, while they then bring people like Ken Cook onto their podcast to tell us how we're supposed to eat, how we're supposed to think, and how we're supposed to feel, but you're not even American. While you've been given the opportunities, while you close out Americans' opportunities, while you say that dreams and aspirations, but you're really only speaking for yourself. While you then logically have a Friendsgiving dinner meal where you're literally hiring a chef and then act like you made the meal. You didn't make the meal. You didn't even list the ingredients. So that is some weird ass, shady ass shit. And the fact that you can't connect to that reality in your head tells you that we don't want that. We don't want any of that shit because that doesn't help anyone in any which way, shape, or form. That's called the Shah trying to starve Americans, and that's not justice what we're watching. We're watching a misjustice of the United States government against me, the American. I'm the American. Thanksgiving is an American holiday, not a Canadian holiday. An American holiday. You have your own Thanksgiving. I do not know anything about your culture in the form of what holidays you celebrate, but Thanksgiving is not Canadian, it's American. So I'm not really sure why those of you in Canada, like those of you who are Persian, from Persia, are celebrating Thanksgiving while calling it Norwalk. So I'm really fucking tired of this shit with these Middle Eastern fucks, while all you dumbasses are oohed and awed by their erotica of this fart stench of the Middle East. That is literally why we have PTSD. Sorry, girl, you're gonna fucking lose. You already lost.